Alright, so I am a diamond player. I was playing on my alt account that I am trying to get up to diamond to be a warm-up account. So I'm going to show you guys how I play that got me an 80% win rate through gold. I started this account at bronze 5 because I had not touched the account since Overwatch 1. And I got it all the way up to currently at plat 3 where it is. So I'm going to show you this match that was at, it was either gold 3 or gold 4 and just show you how exactly I went through the gameplay. And instead of showing you it trying to talk like unranked GMs do, I'm actually going to go through and explain my thought processes on things. I'm probably trying to not to take too long with it, but I do want to give more info on my positioning and whatnot. Here's the final scoreboard in case you're interested. For alright, so first to start off, I just throw this vortex to try to land it in the spawn, get a little bit of ult charge. If it hits them, it ends up getting a little bit, not really much, but I mean, it's already back up by the time that they get up here. So, first fight, my goal, right? Play this corner. This corner is what we hold. If they come in through here, right, they get up close enough, I will pop Nemesis for them, but until then, there's no point in doing that, right? We just poke until, especially with their Brine, like, they need to be up close in order to do any damage, right? So, as long as, since we're on defense, as long as my teammates, hopefully, are smart enough not to get picked from range, then we just poke until they decide to come up here, and then we use Nemesis form to try to push them back. What we're looking for is either their Ryan's probably pushing up here, or possibly their Genji coming over here or over the top. If it comes over the top, not much of our we can do about it, but if they come side here, we need to contest whoever is coming through here. For the most part, though, we're just going to be poking through main with it. Right, sorry. So here, all we need to do here, right, is just poke until they try to really do anything. Like on, as it's been said on defense, all you need to do to be winning is not allow the enemy team to come up on you. Or like as long as the they are not moving, you are actually winning. Like you don't need to be right. I don't need to be pushing into their team. All I need to do is hold this right here. See, I noticed that this corner is so good right here, right? So they come in, right? The Rhine comes in. Since he's close enough, I don't have my Nemesis form up. But then once my Nemesis form comes up, he's close, right? The Genji is the farthest one out here, so I want to try to push him back, right? He gets out of my range, so I just turn and swing on the Rhine. I see these guys coming up here, right? There's nothing I can really do here. I'm almost out of my armor, so I back here around this corner, right? So that their Bastion can't shoot me, their Ana can't hit me anymore. My team does a good job of punishing their Genji. Everybody's looking at me, and so now, right, they're in a spot where their team is over here and they can't hit me because I'm in a bad spot and like I don't have enough, or I'm in good positioning, but I'm not in a good like spot with my health being half, and being antied. So my team can still see me. So my Kiriko can still help me, right? I'm still covered. If I need to, I can always just, back over here. But because I'm here and I want to stay close on them, right? I can always just poke into this, hop into this room if their Bastion decides to pop turret form on me. So what I'm doing here is creating 2 points of pressure now because they're coming from this way and me coming from this way. And now that their Rhine, he's going to have to get healed up probably before he can really make any progress here. So he tries to push in, but he doesn't have any health for it. So again, I just push them back. All right, and now we have more resources. Notice this is all it is. Like if you watch like A10, he talks about this a lot, like the ebb and flow of things, right? So they come in, I'm low health, so I pop around a corner. Now their Rhine is low health, right? So I'm going to push them. Even though their Bastion is turret forming, I'm pushing into them because until my barrier breaks. Because he's low health, his Rhine is low health, so his Rhine isn't protecting him, so he's very easily killable right now unless he goes behind cover. And then their Ana's out of position because you can come back with them and finish him, right? And then that's it. Like, we win first fight. So I push a little bit here just to push them off, see if I can get some chip damage, but I don't want to push too far in, right? Because obviously I have Bastion Reinhardt, that's not something I really want to just walk into. And no idea whether Reinhardt just fed there. So yeah, obviously their Genji is here, so you know, obviously I'm gonna go for him and just finish him on his way out. Standard. Again, we're not trying anything too fancy here. We're just sitting and poking. That's literally all we need to do. Especially with their Reinhardt being their tank, like he cannot do anything aside from just throw random fire strikes, right? That's his only shot at doing anything. So all I need to do is literally sit here. The bastards in turret form. Okay, I'm just chilling, right? Just poke out, back behind cover, back behind cover. And now I see they're coming from the left. I'm not able to push in far enough because I don't want to get pinned. I honestly wasn't gonna push in at all, since their Reinhardt could just pin me at any point. But then our Kiriko pops Kitsune. Here, it would have been a better idea for me to throw my shield here to prevent sleep dart. But since they're on I mean, popping ultimate right here is the right idea. Um, because either I draw their Reinhardt off to come pin, because they're in a good spot to like be pushing right now, or I get their kill their Ana for free. But I should have popped shield here. Uh, you know, I managed to dodge sleep, but if I didn't, that would have been hard. And then yeah, their Ryan showers me, which is a bad play. And then from here we clean up the fight. You know, I mean it's pretty standard. We just kill everybody. Uh, so next fight, I'm not actually looking to get anything here, but I'm just looking to throw my shield up if I feel like my Genji's in a dangerous position. Like right here, after he uses deflect, I'm like, alright, I don't really want this Zarya to walk on top of him. So and we just back up and we're just playing this corner again, right? Same thing we've been doing all game. We're just playing this corner. It's the same thing. They push up. I prop Nemesis for him because they're in range now. And at this point, I'm like, alright, I'm not really healed up. Kind of have to back into this corner. And then I come back across and I try to hit them from behind. Since they're not looking at me. And at this point, they're Zen. So I was kind of expecting, with everybody being over here, I wasn't really paying attention to the kill feed because I thought I didn't know what was going on with the rest of my team. But so our Genji dies right off the bat, and then I think our other DPS is already dead. So I just wasn't paying attention to that. But I mean, we would have lost this either way. But that's why I just kind of like turned my back to the point. Otherwise, I would have probably just gone around this way. But either way, I think it's is what it is. So we come over here. It's the same thing. All right. So my goal here, right? Hold this corner, and then do the exact same thing. That's all we need to do. We find a new corner. All right. Now we hold this corner. We poke them. When they get close enough, we pop Nemesis form. If we need to retreat, we can just retreat back to this corner. It's just as simple as that, right? All we're doing is playing a corner, playing the next corner, playing the next corner. And I'm not playing this in third person. Oh my god. Yeah, I overextended a little bit there, but so I have to pop ultimate not to die, which is not optimal. I mean, if I need to, then I need to, but I shouldn't. In theory, I'd be in that position in the first place. So yeah, we're getting pushed out here, and yeah, I get caught out in the open with no cooldowns. I should have been backing earlier. I stopped it. My issue here is I stop to notice I stop here. This is not where I want to be. Like, I need to drop my shield and just walk, right? Like, drop it, like, here, and then just walk across and try to get back to here. This is my only shot. But our team already died to spam damage anyway, so the only one here is my Kiriko. It doesn't really matter. And at this point, if I wasn't doing a good job of paying attention to my team with deaths at this point. When I see my Moira go here, I should have just walked onto the cart and just suicided. That's my best, because I'm not getting out of there. Like, it only would have held them like a second, but the best way here is just die on cart so their cart doesn't get progress. So they have a lot of spam damage and my team keeps dying too, so I switched to Sigma. Because he's really good at handling Bastion and Zen as well. I mean, he has like probably the most mitigation of any tank, I think. So that's essentially going to be my goal here. Is just like our Curie gets picked early. You know, that's kind of what I was trying to prevent. But I was not expecting her to get picked before the fight even starts. Place shield above me to block off. But like at this point, down our main healing output, like it's hard to win this, right? Like we keep getting at a disadvantage, which is why we keep getting pushed out because we keep on getting people picked early for the spam damage, which is what I was trying to prevent here. But and then yeah, so at this point, right, like all I'm trying to do here is just keep their bastion, right? Like at this point, I'm just trying to keep their bastion off because I'm like I can't do anything about Grav, right? That's why I'm just shooting at that. Because what am I gonna do, right? Like I can't kill the Genji. Like he's gonna Dragon Blade Grav. They kill my team. So it's just kind of expected to be lost at that point. I mean, I maybe could have landed a rock on him, but all I could really hope to do is just keep their bastion off. So we had a few a few bad fights, but things start to come back together. As I wait her bubble out, and right as it's about to end, I throw a rock on it. It's a bad grasp. I thought their bastion was gonna look at me, so just kill the tank right away, and then push them off, and their team cleans up. It's easy, alright. So now I'm holding this because if I can, especially with their bastion, I'd like to keep him out here if I can, so that he's forced to come up and peek over this thing on the right side here. So I'm just getting a little bit of poke damage early. There's not really any point in being up here, to be honest. I already have my ult, so I'm not getting ult charge. I probably shouldn't be holding this close, especially when I'm playing Sig. So again, unfortunately, dying just they're getting early picked in games. It's been pretty much every fight we keep on getting. So I'm pretty much just trying to get their Zen here. I was really hoping I could get him, but I have some bad mechanics, and just in general, I was just not playing well on Sig this game. But we finally get enough pressure to get them out. So here is what's important, right? So here they have their Zarya here, right? But I'm not gonna shoot their Zarya because their Zarya is a I don't know how many bubbles she has because I haven't been tracking her bubbles. Uh, so she could have those, right? She also has I think orb from Zen, and it's just like if I shoot her, for all I know, she might just pop a bubble, right? And even if she doesn't, she still might be able to go there. Get around the corner, right? What I do know is all of these guys just pushed around the corner into a bunch, which means that if I hold them off and keep them, especially keep their Mercy from flying in to help their Zarya, then their Zarya with no help will probably die. A lot easier than me shooting him, and then if everybody's shooting at Zarya, then they can cut, the rest of the team can turn and put pressure on my team. All I need to do is pressure these guys off right here. So that's what I do. I ignore the Zarya, eat all their damage, and allow my team to push forward and kill the Zarya. And then we just push them out again. Alright, so I mean that's ends up being end of defense. I think I play a good bit better on attack, to be honest. But it's again, it was rough because there's just so many times where we're starting fights and then teammates are just dying right away. Okay, so my goal with this, right, with the Eichenwald is always, when possible, to try to walk left side here. Whenever there's like an advantage in cooldowns or whatnot, I feel confident I can get across without dying, this is where I'm going to go. What I need to try to do first is either take out that turret or take out that pylon, because if I can take out their healing or their damage, right, like a lot of their is coming from these turrets. So my goal is to take out at least one of those, preferably the healing pylon, and then come over here. That's my goal, is to come over here, because then if their Sig wants to contest me, he's sitting over here, the rest of his team can't see me. So either my backline can shoot at his backline, or my backline all shoots at him while his back is turned to me. That's my goal, is to come up here, and that's how I create space, is by coming over here, and suddenly either I can wail on him for free, or I can go around the back and start poking his team, or anything. Like, no matter what happens, there's like a lot of different ways I can create space once I'm over to this spot, right? Because like a lot of people will try to run in through here, but if I run in here, even all the way back here, then they get to play this corner, and then they're still in a better position than I am. So at least if I'm here, I have a shorter ways to walk to push. Like we have cover here, and then my team can set up over here. But what you don't want to do is sit on the end of this tunnel, right? But we also don't want to try to walk through and just die if they have, all of their cooldowns and damage and whatnot. So right now I'm just I was trying to get their Torb turret. That's my goal walking through here. I didn't notice their pylon yet. I think right about here is where I'd start noticing their pylon. So I'm like, alright, well, I need to take out that pylon then. That's more important than the Torb turret. So I realized, alright, I don't have enough health. I just need to wait for my cooldowns or get full health, and it's just not working. So my Kiriko comes through, finishes that off, right? I'm low health, so I don't walk yet. But now that their pylon's gone, right, now is my time that I can walk over here. Right, I take up a little bit of space, and then as my shield breaks, I should be moving over here. I should not be playing here, right? This is not my place. Now, because my cast is moving over here, my Moira is moving here, I made the space, but I need to be walking over here too. And I do that a little bit slow. So now I'm over here playing this spot, right? And now I can just walk in with Nemesis form. And we just walk in their team, right? Now that we have the space here. And that's right. So the only thing I really did wrong there, I really needed to just walk faster. But it's just, yeah, wait for, take out their pylon, move to a good angle, once we have enough resources and health to do so, and then, just a hard walk to the next spot we want to be and push them back. And now again, they have the pylon, so I walk out here. All I need to do, literally that, right? Once I pop Nemesis form, all I do is just walk out, kill their turret, and then just walk back. I say, okay, I did that. That's all I need for one push, and then, we ebb and we flow, and we ebb and we flow, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So, again, there's not really anything I can do about Dragon Blade, right? There's not really anything I can do about Dragon Blade. So, what I can do is keep their tank off of here and their Torb. If I can keep these two, then there's a chance that my team might live, right? If their Sig comes up here and starts, would just start shooting me in the back if I turned around anyways. So, there's nothing really I can do here. So, I go and do what I can do, and I try to trade, right? And so I kill him. Now, my mistake here is I turn around and I try to go for these two. I think, alright, I killed their Sig. What I didn't do is pay attention to their Mercy, who just flies in here and reses him. This is what I need to prevent. Throw my shield down, start shooting her in the head, and try to, push her off. But instead, I come over here, right? These guys end up getting out because I try to get them. I think, alright, well, we can do that, but they have enough mobility, they can just get out. So, this is my mistake. Alright, so my Moira dies here just from poke damage. Again, there's not really much I can do about that. Then here I just walk out, and this was just suicide. So this is something you don't want to do. A, we just lost our Moira. I wasn't paying attention to that, right? We don't want to walk in 4v5. There's no point to that. B, yeah, just walk in Nemesis form, and I push in while he has Rock, which is bad, right? Like, if he didn't have Rock, maybe, but I didn't have full health, and they still had their stuns, so me walking in, I see that the Alari had walked out too far, but it didn't matter, because I didn't have the resources to take her out. So, coming back. Just doing the same thing. No, I'm pretty confident in here, because I'm like, if I get low, right, I can just pop my ultimate. Just trying to kill this Genji since he inted in my team for no reason. And then the same thing, right? Now my Echo is going up, so we have two tanks, we can create a lot of space. And then, so I just do that, you just keep pushing them back, and pushing them back, and pushing them back. And that's all, at this point we have no fear of dying. Because again, if I get in a bad spot, right, I can just pop my ult. And then it's easy. And again, really bad habit I have is turning my back on Mercy. Again, the Mercy reses. I have a really bad habit, and that's something I need to fix. Again, that's why I'm Diamond and not any better. I have things like this. I still have mistakes, a lot of mistakes that I'm making in my gameplay. This is actually helping me like review my own gameplay, to be honest. Right, this Alari just feeds trying to contest point, which it's just a bad idea for her. But I walk out, I see the Bastion again, and I'm like, I'm not really wanting to push this in too hard yet. My team does, so my Echo dies. And so at this point, I'm like, okay, they have a lot of damage because their Zarya is like full charge. They have a Bastion, right? And then so their Zarya, you know, it's just this is like what A10 talks about, ebb and flow. Like it's very much okay. Their Zarya is low health, right? I walk in, I punch her. Okay, she bubbles, and their Bastion pops. Their turret form. I just walk out. There's nothing else I can do, right? That's all I can do. I force resources, force cooldowns, and then wait to a point where I have more advantage, right? Again, I get low health. All right, I'm just walking back in. Now, here is where I finally find my opportunity, and all I need to do is just keep doing this. All right, I'm low health. Okay, I walk back in here. I get my Nemesis form. Okay, I have my cooldown. Now I walk back, right? Now I walk over here, and I'm confident, right? I have my ult, so I can commit. And when I see this, this is what. Okay, so their Bastion used his cooldown, right? Their Zarya is low on bubbles, I believe, and their Bastion, Olari over here, their Bastion does not have turret form. So I can walk on them, and I kill the Bastion. It's you know, that's all I need to do is just look for a spot. Okay, their beam is vulnerable. I can walk on this person, and then we just snowball the fight from there. It's just all you need to do is just play safe, wait for cooldowns, and wait for your team to play. Or you know, wait for wait for their team to make a mistake. Wait for their team to be over. Okay, they're on the wrong side of the payload. I can walk through here because their tank is in front of them, and like their Bastion's half health. He doesn't have turret form. Like this is once I kill him, right? He's like a large amount of pressure that they have, and then I walk past them, and now their Zarya is stuck all by herself, all alone. So out of all this, I mean, I had what 4 deaths, and probably 3 of them could have been averted. So like in reality, it could have been close to a deathless game. I mean, there were a couple times, once or twice, but I mean, a lot of them were just stuff that I'm just not playing as well as I could, and so there's still a lot of things to improve on, but yeah, hopefully that showed a bit of the mindset and how you can be playing in games like, so I know like it's playing different like around like diamond players and playing around like gold players can be different, but at the same time, like a lot of the same things that you're doing, you know, like playing corners, set up corner, play whatever your effective range is, you know, poke and, you know, once someone gets close enough, you know, hit Nemesis form, start punching. It's like a lot of different things. It's the same thing for like Orisa, right? Like you don't want to use Fortify if you're poking from the other side of the choke, right? You want to use it when the other team is engaging you, or if you're on attack when you're actually going to be pushing out of the choke and taking space. So hopefully this guys helped. If you guys like this and want another one, so let me know.